to the next focus, which is after all the issue about water management, we now move to the last one, which is reducing the maritime transport energy consumption. Sorry, I hear some people. I don't know, Stephanie, Mrs. Lesage, I give you the floor to present the AirSys solution.
Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me. So just a couple of words on AirSys and on the history of AirSys. AirSys was created in 2016 by a bunch of engineers who wants to transfer the aeronautical expertise to the shipping sector. And so they create the company. So we have now 2 launch customers. Airbus, who purchased 1 sea wing to transport parts of the aircraft from Saint-Nazaire, from France, to the United States, and K-Line, which is a Japanese ship owner, one of 5 biggest one, who orders 1 sea wing plus 49 options. So now let's move to the other slide. Okay, so just to give you a picture of, I would say, a kind of picture of the product on a K-Line big ship. So the product is dedicated to be installed on very big ships from 100 meters to 400 meters. It covers it's dedicated to be installed on tankers, on container ships, and on bulkers. I mean the main biggest ships in the world. Maybe next slide, please. Okay, just to give you some explanation on how the product works. So the product and the sea wing, to call it is a very simple equipment. It's an integrated system composed of a hardware and a software part. First, you've got the hardware part with a 1,000 square meter height, flight control pod, allowing automatic management of the wing, and you've got also the deck equipment, ensuring automatic deployment, recovery, and storage of the wing. And you've got also the software part. The software part maximize the performance through flight control laws and maximize the use through our eco-routing software, combining at the same time ocean data, weather data, the data concerning the wing, and data concerning the ship. So it combines all the data and propose to the crew the best route in terms of performance and in terms also of reduction of fuel and emissions. So it's a very simple system, and it proposes a reduction of 20% of fuel and associated emissions on average, and it can be up to 40% on specific routes, especially transocean routes to cross the Pacific, or when you cross the Atlantic Ocean. So that's in a nutshell the description of the product. Next slide, please. So as we were requested to stay in the 2 minutes window, and I wanted also to discuss about the environmental challenges of the shipping sector. So I'm sure you all know that the shipping sector and the worldwide, the total emission for the shipping sector amounts to roughly 3% of the total emission. So the challenges, the environmental challenges are huge, and no solution is available right now on the market to address these environmental solution. There is no unique solution. So we definitely will need a combination of different technology and different solution, and we will need hybridization. We are convinced, and it's just obvious and evidence, and we would like to push and to convey this message. So we propose a solution allowing 20% reduction of fuel and emission associated emission, and at the same time hybridization will allow the combination of many available other technologies, which will allow the ship owner to address and to reply and to meet the IMO environmental targets. That's my last word. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I had a very brief question, because the parafoil you were talking, I understood, was dedicated for very big ship, for tankers. Have you already imagined to adapt this system to maybe some tiny boats, yacht, or different kind of things like that?
It can be, but the fact that the bigger the ship is and the bigger the reduction of fuel is. So as the equipment is quite expensive, it's a good, I would say, a win-win for any ship owner with very big, a big ship, especially nowadays, big groups and any company, I think in the future, will have to integrate in their business plan the value of the carbon and the value of the environmental impact of its operations. And considering that in the shipping sector, the fuel constitutes 50% of the cost for any ship owner, you can imagine the reduction in terms of cost if they install such equipment on their ship. And the installation does not require any dry deck, meaning it's two days installation, and it can be installed on any, it can be retrofit. It's a retrofit solution, so it can be installed on old and new ship.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Lesage, and stay with us for the question and answer session. I will now give the floor to Mrs. Plas, who is going to talk about Hinova. Mrs. Plas, if you're connected. Yes, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Claudia, business developer for Hinova Yachts. And sorry, can you hear me?
That's okay. We perfectly hear you.
Okay, perfect. I'm here today with my partner, Pongvi, who's going to answer to your questions for the second part of this session. We represent the whole team. Hinova is the first brand to design and market tenders and yachts using electro-hydrogen power. Chloé Zayed, founder of Hinova, is a professional skipper who cares about the environment. That's the reason why she launched the project of a 40-feet yacht equipped with an electric motor powered by hydrogen thanks to a fuel cell. Her main goal is to promote green hydrogen as an alternative energy source. She surrounded herself with specialists in order to ensure the success of this project and create the new era, the brand's first yacht that benefits from the REX H2 technology from Energy Observer developments. It's currently being built in the Marseille shipyards and will leave it at the end of March 2021. There are many advantages of this project: improved performance, less sensitivity to temperature changes, no risk of pollution caused by oil leaks, no noise disturbance, and no gas emissions as NOx and CO2. We'd like to be in a constant progress towards the lightest possible carbon footprint. So we are studying and installing faults on the yacht that allow the boat to be slightly lifted to save up to 25% of energy to move the boat forward. You've co-founded Hinova is an innovative company providing sustainable solutions that will revolutionize the necessary energy transition in the boating industry and the environmental protection through the respect of the oceans. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just a brief question. Can you give us an order of price for the device you're implementing?
The price?
Yes.
We're about 1.2 million, but the yacht is not done yet, so we don't have a precise price.
Okay. Thank you very much.